If you had to describe the year in one word?
Yeah, volatile.
Volatile? Mind-blowing how many things we've been doing. Probably it's easier to sit here with Rolexes and Lamborghinis and whatever. What's up and welcome everyone to episode number 27 of the AltCryptoCast, your altcoin headquarters. It's going to be a special episode today, Frits. It's the last episode of the year. Today we got New Year's Eve actually. We got some champagne as well, Frits. We actually have a limited edition AltCryptoCast champagne bottle that we're going to give away.
Beautiful. Yeah.
What do you think? What should people do to win the bottle? Follow us wherever you're watching, Spotify, YouTube, and leave a comment.
Yeah, that sounds great.
And while you're at it, leave a like as well, right? Yeah. To win the AltCryptoCast champagne bottle.
Can I add something to it?
Yeah, sure.
Can we also send one to one of I think was one of the best commenters of the year?
Oh yeah, that's nice. We got a multiple. So do you know the best comment?
Yeah, no, I have to look. The names are very difficult.
Yeah. But we'll look up the
I need
name.
to look at, but there's one commenter and I think he commented like 3-4 times with great questions. So I'm like,
do you know one of the questions? Do you remember?
I think one of the first questions was very elaborate distinction between asking I believe between Ethereum and altcoins and how they perform and those things.
Yeah. It was a Dutch guy, right? Yeah, asked it in Dutch, I think.
Maybe.
Or was it English. I can't remember.
Yeah.
We'll look it up.
Yeah.
We'll give it away. Yeah, we have our champagne with us, Frits. Like we said, a unusual episode.
Yeah.
We're gonna be looking back a bit on the last year. The podcast is now live for almost a year.
Yeah.
So this episode mainly we're going to be talking about what have you been doing for the past year, looking at the tokens we've been mentioning, and also looking ahead for 2026. Instead of all the sort of usual stuff. So first of all, before we start and go on a bit deeper, how are you doing? It's always good to talk about that.
Yeah, good. I'm still holding this one. Let's do
it. We need to do a cheers.
Cheers.
To 2025. I would say a successful year, but not really crypto-wise, unfortunately.
Yeah. Yeah.
Kind of sad, but it is what it is. Let me take a sip. Luckily, the glasses aren't that big, so we're not going to get too drunk out of this. Year. If you had to describe the year in one word?
Yeah, volatile.
Volatile?
Yeah.
Okay, volatile is nice. I would say wrecked, dumb, red.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, it's all fun and well. It's obviously been a productive year. I remember when we started the podcast in end of January when we had our brainstorm sessions in the office where we said, okay, what are we going to do? What are going to be the topics that we're going to cover? Yeah. It's crazy to think that it's been nearly a year. Because if you were asking me, I would say it's been a couple months since we sat there.
Yeah. Event-wise, it feels like 5 years.
Yeah. True.
This cycle was wild with the ups and the downs and the adjustments all the time. And like I feel like we were sitting ducks and like we were being shot at every week and we have to kind of duck there and survive this blow up.
Yeah, but eventually we did get shot. We didn't survive anymore.
Yeah, we couldn't duck long enough. Yeah. But no, it was quite a volatile year in crypto.
Yeah. Can you remember when we started the podcast where we were saying, okay, we need to come up with what topics, the branding, etc. We said, okay, we need to take action. We need to go live ASAP because we got an alt rally coming up.
Yeah, it's coming.
And we want to have the podcast before we had the alt rally because otherwise we said people are going to buy at the top and eventually lose money.
Yeah.
Turned out it was the top, when we wanted to start.
Yeah.
Crazy, right?
Yeah, that was... I guess the biggest miss, I think, of this cycle was expecting the Bitcoin dominance to go to 40% like before and get like a decent alt rally. We just haven't seen it.
Yeah.
There have been some... This is also the thing which I'm kind of like looking backwards, like I framed my whole investment so much on the Bitcoin dominance dropping to 40%.
Yeah, which didn't happen.
Didn't happen. And in the meantime, I got into many good opportunities early. So I had the
edge, the alpha.
Yeah, but I didn't profit enough.
No.
Because I was always waiting for, you're gonna get a rally, just don't sell too much, like be patient. But
I get what you mean. And it's it's a painful one, let's be honest.
Yeah.
Where we thought something was going to happen and it didn't happen. Will it still happen? Who knows?
Yeah.
I think, people are still wondering whether that's going to happen or not, but obviously we don't know as well. I do still think we did very well on talking about what we've been doing.
Yeah.
I have to say that. We have been transparent since the beginning. We talked about our own portfolios, but also the portfolio we're managing. I still think it is a very solid portfolio we're having. So, I wouldn't really say we did very bad in that regard. In hindsight, it's very easy to say, okay, you should have sold this, you should have bought this. It's always easy looking back at it. But when we're in it, I think we did very well. But yeah, it's been a sad one.
Yeah. Yeah. I definitely thought start of this year, like right now, I would be at a very different position.
Yeah.
I was so, I don't know, it's maybe it's also stupid, like when you have, I guess when you this time definitely didn't help to have the experience.
Yeah.
Because it blindsided me too much.
Yeah, I agree. And not really money-wise or market-wise, how are you feeling on the podcast in general? Because obviously we started this sort of point blank in January.
Yeah.
You never did a podcast. I never did one.
Yeah.
We started it without any sort of experience, let's be honest.
Yeah.
We've, grown over the last year to, I can't remember exactly, but more than 3,000 subscribers on YouTube. Spotify is growing steadily. Do you like it? Have you changed sort of in a way on how you talk or think about the markets because of it? What's your experience on the podcast in general?
Yeah, I think I already really enjoyed talking with you about the markets and also with the rest of the team. Like even when we get here, like generally it takes us at least 1 hour to get started.
Yeah, we always say, okay, we're going to start at 9 a.m. and we start at 11 a.m.
Because we talk about all the opportunities and things we have been doing, and already that part to me is amazing nice. Because before I would work a lot on my own. So I really enjoy that part, and then the podcast itself. I really enjoy sitting down with you, and it really helps to get clearer thoughts and ideas. And there's still a lot to learn about podcasting. How to get the right info out there. I do feel a bit. I still have a hard feeling towards everybody listening that also went very long with us in the alt portfolio. That's one part which I guess I want to do differently in the future. So make wiser portfolios, but topic for later. But no, overall, I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed our trip to Dubai a lot. That was nice. Amazing. That was, in hindsight, very cool to speak to these founders. And
it was hectic.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Yeah, that was the video, right? We were joking like, but when do we sleep?
Yeah.
And I thought, this is a bit of a joking thing. But we literally barely slept.
Yeah, it wasn't a joke. Wasn't a joke.
Yeah.
No, it's
how was for you?
Yeah, it's like you said, it's not only the podcast itself, but also the preparation of it. And like you said, we come in the office, we talk. You sort of have been doing some things, we've been doing some things, so it broadens your horizon as well, if you know what I mean. I really enjoy that. And talking about it, the markets like this is, you're always a bit more sort of technical in that aspect, and I'm a bit more, less technical and a bit more, I like a bit more risk. I usually, whenever I see something, I go at it and don't really think about it. And then one day later, I think, okay, maybe I shouldn't have done this with my entire portfolio. So it's good to see that sort of there's a difference. And I think because of that, the podcast works because we see things differently. We talk about it. I agree with you that you go a bit more in depth because of the podcast, because usually you just find something on X or whatever, and then you do some research and that's it. But because we're sitting here for an hour and a half, we deep dive on it. Dubai as well, and it's amazes me to think how we're already at 27 episodes. It goes so fast.
Oh yeah,
It's like I said, I can remember us sitting there doing some brainstorm sessions for the first episode, and now we're 27 episodes in less than a year, which is very fast. And like you said, thinking of all the things we've been doing, going to events to Dubai, speaking to founders. It's been a wild ride and a roller coaster.
Yeah.
Who's gonna know what's gonna happen for 2026? But I've enjoyed it very much. I appreciate it.
Yeah, same. There.
Then let's see some numbers, Frits.
Yeah. We had one more question,
Yeah.
a last question too.
Yeah.
So this podcast will be a bit more like free flowing, and so
Yeah, it's less in depth on markets and a bit more
yeah. What
champagne vibes.
yeah? What for you summarize 2025 an event?
An event?
Yeah, an event. Like what summarized this whole year for you, 2025?
Yeah, I would say the wrecked city at the 10th of October.
Ah, yeah, good one. Yeah, 10th
Sort of,
10th of October. Then yeah,
yeah. To summarize the year,
yeah,
because it's obviously, I mean, company wise and podcast wise, the year has been very nice, and we actually, I'm not sure if you've seen this one, but we'll send it to you after. We are going to be posting a reel today on the things we've been doing with Alt Crypto Gems on 2025.
yeah,
Looking at the video, it's mind blowing how many things we've been doing. I mean, if you were to write it down on a list, it's crazy.
yeah,
So to think about these things, it's been a very good year where all the events, we met a lot of new people, did a lot of deals, did a lot of marketing, the company's been growing. So that's very nice. But looking at it portfolio wise, like you said, if I would think a year ago, I would be in another sort of situation that we were in right now, the summit you said.
yeah.
I was already sort of counting my money, if you know what I mean.
Same big mistake. But
Yeah, a big mistake. But I was already thinking, oh, okay, we are now set. And in 2021, the previous bull run, I had some money in crypto, started in crypto. I mean, I can't complain, made a lot of money. But now I thought, okay, I have a bigger portfolio. We have the company, we got the podcast, we got everything set up.
Yeah.
All we need is to run, and then it's going to be literally sitting here with big stacks of money.
Yeah.
Whereas now, looking at it, we lost like 50% of the portfolio in the last year.
Yeah.
So if I were to, need to sort of summarize the year in that regards, I would say wrecked and the liquidation event is a very big, start when it all went down very fast.
Yeah.
But looking at it sort of, company-wise, it's been a very good year.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
And also, we will talk about that later, like you said, where I feel sad for the people that are listening as well that have lost a lot of money, because we've lost a lot of money. And if people have been joining us, they probably have as well. But on the other hand, I do think we've been very transparent about it. We've literally talked about the things we will be doing. We always said there's no financial advice, so people still need to do their own research before they do anything. But if we're sitting here right now and saying, okay, it's been a very good year, we made a lot of money, then I think we would be in the wrong, because so many people have lost money. And in all honesty, we're pretty much one of the only ones that actually talking about the fact that it's going down and we've lost a lot of money. Yeah. OpenX, literally all the other guys that I know, they're all still posting, invested 10K in this, made money here, made money there. Oh, it's all fine, blah, blah, blah. We're the only ones say, okay, this is shit because you lost a lot of money.
Yeah.
So in that respect, I think we are doing very well.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I do feel one thing very strongly.
Yeah.
And I feel something in me changed. And I think we should be like, our podcast evolves. I think we evolve as we go with the markets. I think we both got maybe too comfortable in what happened previously.
Yeah.
And maybe the rally still happens. I don't know. But I do feel like strongly towards the future, like risk management, different portfolios outside of crypto.
Yeah.
Very safely. Like, I think we should build way more towards overall strong portfolio where the upside of crypto gets sold into like a decent portfolio.
Yeah.
So that like whenever we get a big rally or not in our altcoins, it's not gonna impact us this much, or at least from speaking for myself.
Maybe that's a good idea to start with 2026 as well, where we say, okay, we are obviously the AltCryptoCast, so we're talking about crypto and especially altcoins, but we're also going to build some sort of portfolio next to that on, let's say every episode we invest €100, for example, just naming something here. And we say, okay, how are we going to invest at €100? Are we going to do €20 in crypto, 20 in gold, 20 in stocks, whatever, just naming something here, where we're going to build a portfolio in crypto, but also one in a sort of investment portfolio.
Yeah.
Where we talk a bit more about the macroeconomics and how sort of a regular portfolio should be looking at. Might be an idea to do that in 2026 as well.
Yeah, I think that will be very good. Also for our So I think for the listeners, also, I think for us to get more, for us as well to become a bit stricter on, that we don't just expect the upside from altcoins, which might not happen.
Yeah.
And then in 10 years, we build down only portfolios. Look, and again, I still think we might get a big rally in 2026, or we get our altcoin rally, and when it happens, like our whole situation changes. But still, like again, then as well, we need something to build upon.
Yeah, but I remember we once mentioned this as well already.
Yeah,
where I think we briefly mentioned it, where we said, okay, if the altcoin rally is going to happen, which we thought, okay, it's going to happen very soon, somewhere next episode, that at that point we were also saying, okay, if that's happening, we're going to talk about how should you invest in a regular portfolio or get away from the crypto rally and invest in the a regular portfolio. Yeah. We already briefly mentioned it.
Yeah, what's the plan? But the plan was after the rally, but the rally never came.
But now there's no money to invest.
Yeah,
so that's we
got to rebuild it differently. But will happen. Like it's it's a matter of dedication.
Yeah, I agree. Okay, let's do it.
Yeah,
2026.
So.
Numbers, friends.
Yeah, so today we're going to compare the numbers from start of this year. Yeah. So start of 2025 till...
So we're looking back a bit, instead of saying, okay, what was the last episode? We're going to say, okay, what's the difference between now and a year ago?
Yeah, the total market cap, what do you think, up or down?
I think at that point, the total crypto market cap?
Yeah.
I think we're down.
Yeah, very good. Yeah. So it's currently at 3.01 trillion.
Yeah.
And then start of year was 3.25 trillion.
Oh, I thought it was going to be more at the beginning of the year.
Okay.
I thought we were down more than
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So total market cap. Okay.
Yeah, minus 7.38%.
Okay, but total portfolio down 50%.
Yeah, now we go to the pain stuff is coming.
Yeah.
Bitcoin dominance.
Up.
Yeah. It's now at 59.2.
Yeah.
Up, yeah.
And what was the beginning of the year?
56.5.
Yeah. Okay.
It's quite a big
3%, yeah.
Then the others from CoinMarketCap, it was at 31.1% last year. It's now at 28.8.
Yeah.
But now we go to the ones which we operate.
Yeah.
Which like in peak 2021, it was around 22% or something of the total market. Right now, so that's excluded top 10, 6.81%. Last year it was 10.54.
Yeah.
So if it goes back to that 10.54, at the
beginning of the year,
your portfolio I think more than doubles.
Yeah,
probably,
from here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's like the big loss for the altcoins.
Yeah. So total market cap is down a bit, 7%.
Yeah.
Bitcoin dominance is up quite a bit, and others down a lot.
Yeah. And then you have to also like add to the others is that there's quite a bunch of inflation there with tokens releasing.
Yeah.
So it's more if you effectively have been holding those alts for years. So it has been very uphill battle.
Yeah. So what do we do about this? We cry. We drink champagne.
Look, yeah, we do. We made our bets. I think it has to be like patience, but I don't know if it's gonna play out to the downside. I'm not gonna. It's gonna happen. There's and if it's gonna play up to the upside, which is also still possible, then we need to make the right decisions there. Yeah, that's for me at least.
Yeah. I mean, numbers are very sad, to be honest. Where we thought, if I were to ask you the same question a year ago, we all thought, okay, this is gonna go mental.
Yeah.
I think at some point you said, okay, we're now at 3 trillion or 4 trillion. We said something like this could possibly go towards 10 or 8 or 9 trillion market cap.
Yeah, would definitely not have surprised me, especially like the first .com bubble went quite high in valuations. Yeah, I think that was around that time also, like if you calculate it back, like above 10 trillion right now. So I thought, okay.
Stocks, all-time high. Yeah. Gold, silver has been rallying like crazy.
I have the numbers.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Oh, and so the S&P year to date, 16.97%.
16% up.
Yeah, almost 17.
17% up. Wow.
Nasdaq, 21.47%. Gold, 66.36%.
That's crazy. 60% for gold in a year. Yeah. Makes no sense. We're talking about gold.
Yeah, it's
It feels as if we're talking about crypto when we're talking about
yeah,
gold.
charts look like that too.
Yeah.
Silver,
Oh, it's
163.48%.
nearly 2x.
Yeah.
3x.
Yeah, and
Wow.
the bond started, the 10-year treasury
Yeah.
started at 4.57%. I don't have the exact, I think it's right now like 1% down.
Yeah.
Or a half percent. And Bitcoin minus 5.2%, Ethereum minus 10.81%.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's the max pain is like, okay, we are down.
Yeah, but all the other ones are up 2x.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So liquidity is moving around. Like
Yeah.
everything gets readjusted based on more liquidity.
Yeah.
But liquidity is just not flowing into risk assets
Exactly.
yet.
There has been quite a bit more liquidity, but it's been pumping into stocks, gold, silver,
Yeah.
but not in crypto.
Yeah. So yeah, are we lagging? Are we
Making wrong decisions?
No, yeah, I think main question is, are we lagging, or is it gonna, or is there something else going on?
Yeah.
Yeah, hard to say.
Do you think there's market manipulation happening?
Yeah, this I
A lot of people saying Binance, Wintermute, all the other one, they're dumping Bitcoin just to get some sort of a cheaper price, get all the newbies out that eventually buy, blah, blah, blah. What do you think of stories like
don't
this?
buy that.
No?
No, it's always when prices go down,
Yeah,
people
true.
blame market manipulation.
Yeah, but if you are such a big player,
Yeah, but
you are able to manipulate the market.
it's like the 10-10 move. This was different.
Yeah.
I think the 10-10 move, someone tried to liquidate position, like because the DPEG on Binance.
Yeah.
I think that's definitely where someone is
Was
trying
messing
to push the
Yeah.
prices, and it worked, but it was a failure on the exchange side.
Yeah.
But trying to push down Bitcoin, no matter how big you are, it's gonna like for every whale that wants to sell and manipulate the market, another whale can step in and overbid your position.
Yeah, true, but that it's only possible for some sort of until some spot is happening. As in, if you are, for example, Binance, who holds I don't know how many Bitcoin they've got, but they got a shitload of Bitcoin. They're making a lot of money. Combine it with Wintermute. What if these people are saying, okay, we're not gonna, I'm not saying that they're gonna instantly dump all the Bitcoin that they're having and say, okay, Bitcoin is over. But if they decide to keep on selling every day, bit by bit, the price is hardly gonna go up.
Yeah,
Until they say, okay, we're not gonna sell anymore. I don't know. I'm not saying this is the case, but this is what people are saying.
No, I don't think so. Because why on earth would Binance risk it? Like, there's still like 700k Bitcoin.
Yeah.
700k Bitcoin in BlackRock.
Mhm.
Why would you risk, as someone who's extremely bullish on crypto, why would you risk manipulating the market for it to go down 30-40% to get taken out of your long-term Bitcoin holdings by a BlackRock? Because let's say they have 100k Bitcoin they can sell, right? Which is a lot. That's like right now 15% of BlackRock. If big buyers step in, they take out the whole 100k position of Binance and Wintermute,
Yeah.
and they get left holding fiat, which they don't want to. I don't see this as
Yeah, but yeah.
on the smaller altcoins, yes, more possible. But I don't think on big level people are now trying to. I doubt it. Could be. What do you think?
Yeah, it's I think the world in itself, and especially when money is involved, people are very greedy. So it doesn't matter if it's crypto, it doesn't matter if it's Binance, it doesn't matter if it's something else. If there's money to be made, people are going to make money.
True.
Or going to try to make money.
Yeah.
So I agree with you on the fact that it's they can't just say, okay, we're going to sell and that's it. But on the other hand, it is, if they are able to sell some crypto at 110k or whatever, and now say, okay, we're going to do this until Bitcoin is back at 80k, for example, just naming something here, and then we're going to slowly start buying again, they will have a cheaper price to buy the Bitcoin.
Yes, but yeah,
and
that's true.
I'm not saying that they do it with 100k Bitcoin, but Wintermute and Binance are earning a shit ton of money.
Yeah.
And I mean, a boatload of money.
Yeah.
So if every day they, even if they take X percentage of that and they say, okay, we're going to dump some crypto for it.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, we'd have to ask CZ at some point. It's like, okay, what are you guys doing with crypto?
Yeah, I don't.
I agree with you that,
be,
some people are saying, okay, they're only selling and they're manipulating the market with, they're the only ones determining the market. I don't think that's the case, but I do think eventually nowadays there's more institutions, there's big money in play that are able to determine the way the market is going. A bit more than what they used to be able to.
Yeah, and also, do you know Jesse Livermore?
No.
He's he was like the first tape reader, the first guy, one of the first to trade on how price behaved.
Yeah.
He was a diehard trader. He went bust 3 times, I believe, and he's like a very famous trader.
Okay.
And I think one of his in his book he also writes about it. It's like if you cannot move that, like if you move the market against where it's going, where it's heading with sentiment and people trading, you get taken out at some point. So the pressure, like it's I feel like the at least how he described it as well, it's like you cannot go.
Yeah, it's difficult.
Yeah.
Unless you're Binance and you have 60% of the volume.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like altcoins might be easier. Some of them that they're definitely you see it happening, right? We have seen there are people doing stuff like jelly. There was one where almost hype got taken out.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Those things happen. Yeah.
Now you quickly mentioned it, sort of where you said something about the book of the guy, the Jesse.
Yeah.
I was actually yesterday. I was in the sauna.
Yeah.
And I brought the quote. The quote 500, which is, for the ones who know, in the Netherlands, we have a list, the quote 500, which are the richest 500 people from the Netherlands.
Yeah.
You know, we're now on the top, I can't remember the exact number, but it was like maybe number 20 and 21 or something like that.
Yeah.
Marius Jansen and John Jansen.
Okay.
The owners of Deribit.
Oh, amazing. Good for them.
Yeah.
Cool.
They because you see like the what position someone was at last year.
Yeah.
And they now sort of came in the list and it was up 180% or something, their portfolio or whatever. I don't know. They they flew in the quote and are now like position, I don't know, 15, 16, 20, something around that. So they actually did a long article on them. And I read the article yesterday, which like 3 pages or something, where they did an interview with them. Crazy to hear the story about how they sort of started Deribit and how it turned out to eventually be taken over by Coinbase. For the ones who know, Deribit was the first options trading platform, one of the biggest still. And Coinbase bought it last year, or this year actually. And another interesting thing, so they sold it for 2.7 billion, the deal, but they got 900 million in cash and the other part in stocks of Coinbase.
Oh, nice.
But in the meantime, it took 9 months to get the deal done.
Yeah.
And in those time, Coinbase went up 2x or something. The stock Coinbase went up 2x.
Yeah.
So the deal they closed was for 2.7 billion.
Yeah.
And eventually they cashed out and they got 4.2 billion or something like that.
That's a lucky ad.
Yeah, that's what they said in their article. It was like, we made the entire, we created Deribit and blah, blah, blah. But in the last 3 months, we made more money than we ever could by doing absolutely nothing. Just because of the Coinbase stock going up this much. Yeah, crazy.
Yeah, it's cool. There are some very big companies came out.
Yeah.
Bitfavo also.
Bitfavo.
I think it's in the same league as Deribit at least.
It's crypto and AI. Those sort of companies were very big in the quote this year, where they said newcomers came in with rapid speed, where it was crypto and AI companies that all of a sudden they just launched a company which did something with AI and they've sold it for 2 billion.
Yeah.
Same with Deribit.
Did you hear about Pim de Wit?
Yeah, Pim de Wit. Yeah, he was at a school.
Yeah.
And he there was a guy who sort of got an offer from OpenAI for 500 million for his company.
Yeah, he was not in. Was he in our school? I don't know.
Yeah, not school, but in our city. Everyone in school sort of was using sort of Soul Split, the survey he created
back at the time.
Yeah,
and he got an offer for his business.
Yeah,
for 500 million for OpenAI.
And he declined.
I think that's such a. I love that when I said. Well, we can do it ourselves. Why would we sell?
Yeah, but
business?
Do you know he got a new valuation now? Did you know?
Oh, I didn't know.
You did?
No, I don't know that.
Okay, in August, he got the offer from OpenAI for 500 million. He said, okay, I'm not going to do it. We're going to do this on our own.
Yeah.
And in, I'd have to check, October or November of this year, he raised money on a new funding round with one of the big investors that also was very early in OpenAI.
Yeah.
Then invested, I believe, 140 million in his company now at a valuation of 2 billion.
Nice. Well done.
So already up 4x, so to speak.
Yeah.
So well done. And the crazy thing about this is he did this with Metal. He created Metal.tv, which is the short clipping. So whenever you play a video game, you have some software and you can automatically clip whenever you kill someone or whatever you do a cool action, you can clip it. So the crazy thing about this is, that I was thinking about it, is that the Metal.tv in itself isn't the real big thing here that's being sold.
Yeah.
It's the data behind it.
Yeah.
And that's crazy. It's sort of being at the right time, right position, right product is what now sort of gives this valuation.
Yeah.
Because if you thought about it 10 years ago when he started Metal, he said, okay, we just created this for gamers and never really thought about, AI at that point.
Yeah.
But now the valuation is purely for the data behind it. So it's not even the fact that you can automatically clip or whatever, but it's the data behind it.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah, there's some serendipity here.
Yeah.
But it's cool.
Yeah.
This is entrepreneurship, right? You try a lot of things and then all of a sudden something clicks and you are in the right spot. Yeah. But yeah, you did all the right things before, right?
Yeah. And
to get here,
declining 500 million from OpenAI and then saying, okay, we're going to do it ourselves.
Let's go. Yeah. I love that part of it. Yeah.
But it's so, I looked at, because he created a new company now. I'm not sure if you know.
No.
So he got Metal.tv.
Yeah.
He now created a new company that's sort of the OpenAI, but then his Gen Intuition or something is the name. I can't remember the exact name. Where he's going to use Metal.tv with all the data. I look at the X page and sort of the bio. I had to read the line 15 times and I still can't understand what they're doing.
Okay.
The technology behind this is so advanced. I have no idea what they're doing.
Yeah.
It's a WizKid type of stuff.
Yeah.
But congratulations, Pim.
Well done. Very
well done.
Cool.
Okay, Fritz, what else do we have for the podcast?
Yeah.
We have the market stats. This is a good question. Give 2025 a score from 1 to 10.
Yeah.
And I want to sort of separate them. I want to do personal and business.
Yeah. There's a lot of dynamic. Like when I talk my...
Yeah.
Yeah, this is... I think I give the markets a 7. There were a lot of opportunities.
Okay.
So I did like if we get another 2025 market with the opportunities we had, I'm gonna be very grateful. And I'm gonna do it differently. So give me another 2025 and I'm gonna make a lot of money.
Okay.
That's
what we said at the beginning of 2025 as well.
Yeah, but I know if I get the same things, I will fucking hit this red button and be happy about it.
Yeah.
But I think that's one thing.
Yeah.
I'm very grateful with my girlfriend and friends, family. So there I'm at an 8.
Yeah.
That part I'm always very grateful for.
Yeah.
When I talk about my personal situation, I'm not too happy.
Yeah.
I would put that at a 4.
Yeah.
So that's like a low score. So there's a lot to do for me.
Yeah.
For you, these items?
I'd say personal wise, I'd be looking at 8-ish, 7, 8 as well. Nice. It's been sort of a rough year also with obviously 2 kids managing the company. It feels as if the last year I've been in a bit of a like a split, you know what I mean? Where if you're at home, I feel like, okay, I need to do this and this and this for the company. But if we're away at an event, I'm thinking, okay, I should be home with the kids and the family and blah, blah, blah. So it feels as if you're always in a bit of a, battle between the two. So finding a sweet spot between there is something that I'm still working on and probably going to be working on for the coming years still.
Yeah.
The wife, obviously, she broke her neck when she fell off the horse. So it's, been a hectic year in that regards where, managing everything and making sure we sort of survive. So overall, very happy with all the things we've been doing with friends, with family, the parties, all the things we've been doing. But also some downsides this year, which I think that's why we'd say 7.5-ish. Business-wise, very happy with where we're going with the companies. I always thought, okay, we need to do more high quality and go a bit more towards the content in crypto, which is what I've been doing with the companies. And if you look at it, how many deals we're getting right now, which are purely based on content, is way more than the beginning of the year.
Yeah.
So I'm very happy with how that's going. We got some new people joining the company that are doing a very good job. So I'm happy with how the team is doing. Grateful for all the stuff they've been doing for the past year as well. So that's, doing very well.
Yeah.
So I would say business-wise, all the channels and everything we've been doing and all the events, I'd probably say 8 and 8.5-ish.
Nice. That's really good.
The only downside of the entire year, and which is why the business-wise isn't sort of higher and why personal is higher, is because of the financial situation. Where at the beginning of the year, I thought, okay, we can count the money and I can do whatever I want, which, don't get me wrong, I'm very well set and I can't complain. But there's a difference between having fuck you money and we do whatever we want and needing to think, okay, this money's coming in, where are we going to spend this and how are we going to do this? Yeah, that's sort of the only thing that's pushing it down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, sounds good, Jim.
Overall, very happy.
Yeah.
Overall, very happy.
Good to hear.
2 more questions, Fritz. Biggest positive surprise of 2025?
Ooh.
Positive surprise. Biggest positive surprise.
And we're talking crypto-based, then?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think...
Sort of, yeah. Can be crypto, company, podcast, anything like that.
Yeah, for me, I think the 2025. I think the biggest one for me, like crypto-wise, was the usage of order book based on-chain DEXs.
Yeah, Oster, those type of things.
Oster hype. Yeah, hype. I was very slow on catching on, but yeah, I think that was, great to see that happening. It means the space is evolving.
Yeah.
And the better technology, better execution. Yeah. So I like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
For you?
For me, it would be, and I already said it would be the content part.
Yeah.
Where I see companies are slowly changing the way they look at content and the way they want to get new people onboarded. Where, let's say a year ago or 2 years ago, if you were a crypto exchange, still obviously you had to do a lot of things right, but it didn't really matter what you were doing because you were, there were not that many exchanges. There were a lot of people in crypto that had money. So you would always stand out. Nowadays, you have multiple crypto exchanges. You got, people leaving crypto possibly. So you need to do something different to make sure you're going to onboard the next billion people. And for example, OKX is doing it very well. Bybit is starting now. Maxi, a partner of us that does it, slowly starting, where they're going to do more branding and storytelling and saying, okay, what are we doing and why do we do what we do? So I feel like we're slowly adopting and slowly maturing the crypto space.
Yeah.
Where you talk about it sort of trade-wise, I see it happening content-wise as well. So I'm very happy with how that's going.
Nice.
Yeah, I look at it a bit more content-wise than trading, but that would be my positive one.
Yeah, cool. Nice.
Okay. And then I got one more.
Yeah.
What's the most memorable news event of the last year? So can be positive, can be negative, but what's the most memorable news event of the last year that's been happening?
Yeah. Yeah, and if it's really news for me, I will never forget this one. I have two, and they're actually two related to the same. It's the when Trump came with his sign with the terrace.
Yeah.
This picture
with the frame with
it was I don't know, this whole idea that the president comes up with this tariffs with his board and there was something wrong with the calculations.
Yeah.
Like this whole thing was a mess, you know, and then the whole world goes into into a very big stress mode, really, on like a lot of people like couldn't do their business anymore. That had big impact, but the whole idea that one president who kind of wakes up with
with the idea we're going to do some tariffs on everyone and makes a list and then says, okay.
And just throws it out there and then the calculations is all a bit like sketchy and it seems, or not sketchy, like these things were wrongly calculated, but there was something, this just, I will never forget that. Yeah. Like, and that had big impact on the whole world, still has. Yeah. And also on our portfolios, of course. But to me, this, for you?
I'm not sure if it was this year or last year,
Yeah,
but Trump launched a meme coin. Was it sort of end of last year?
I think it was this year.
Yeah, was it this
January,
year?
I think. Yeah.
Yeah, I would say sort of a president launching a meme coin. And with that combined also sort of the rapper hype that we had. So maybe Kanye West was launching a coin, like the celebrity coins they were launching with Melania, Baron, but also then we had the Cardi B and all the other ones launching as a sort of meme token, whatever on Solana.
Yeah.
That was a crazy time looking back at. Also Argentina, the guy from the president of Argentina. Yeah, he did one. CZ with Broccoli, his dog or his shepherd or whatever. I would say those things, looking back at it crypto-wise, it doesn't make any sense.
It was ridiculous.
It's bullshit.
And the crazy part is you kind of know when you're in there, but it hits differently in hindsight.
Yeah.
Like right now you think, oh, this was Trump launching a meme coin. This is a president of the US.
Is launching a meme coin.
But
and then sort of slowly rugging as well.
Yeah. Having 80% of the supply just selling every day.
Yeah.
It's actually like it's nuts. It's that this became a normal
big thing.
It's actually in hindsight it's too wild.
It was a top signal.
Yeah.
We should have sold. Yeah. Okay, Frits, let's move over to a portfolio watch because obviously we still have a portfolio. So once again, for everyone that's listening or the new ones here, we have started a portfolio at the beginning of the podcast where we invested $2,000 and we are managing one. No financial advice, always do your own research. Everything we say are purely our own opinions. But tell me, Frits.
Yeah, so we went down a bit more actually compared to last time. So the alts are still
going down.
Some of them just nuke all of a sudden.
Yeah.
$935. So minus 53.24%.
Yeah, so the portfolio that we manage is now 53% in a year.
Yeah.
ETH is down 10%. 10.8 or something, what you said earlier.
Yeah.
So it means the shitters that we are in are going down more than ETH or Bitcoin, obviously.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah. What do you feel about this? Looking back at it this year, what's your thought?
Yeah, I think I'm not too... I think our portfolio is all right.
Yeah.
I don't think there's too much. The only thing we should have done differently is DCA in hindsight.
Yeah.
But yeah, we had the conviction we would go up with the alt. So we were a bit like, okay, let's just buy it. But in hindsight, that would be the better move. DCA.
Overall opinion on the portfolio itself. Are you happy with the things we've been buying? Or would you say, okay, we did these things wrong, or I would change these things or whatever?
No, I think we did well.
Yeah.
It's we're just uphill battle with them going down. Like if you build an altcoin portfolio, you want some of the risk.
The portfolio itself is a very steady portfolio, but the markets haven't gone down a bit. And like you said, looking back at it, we should have done differently.
What did you have done differently in the?
Yeah, not much. Because looking at it, sort of, I'm not saying my personal portfolio was a bit the same.
Yeah.
Which is also down 50-60% in a year. So I wouldn't, like you said, maybe DCA, where on the beginning of the year we said, okay, we're going to invest all the money into it. Might have been better to sort of DCA and slowly go into it.
Yeah.
But still, probably would have changed where we're now down 55%. We probably otherwise would have been now 40%.
Yeah.
Something like that, which obviously is better than 55.
Yeah.
But wouldn't have made that much of a difference.
Yeah.
So I'm still very glad with the portfolio we're having, but it's just the market has been rough, and we see the numbers which confirm it.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't have done anything else, to be honest.
Yeah. Same.
Okay. Anything else you want to talk about before we go to the general one? On the portfolio level.
Yeah.
What is there to say? Nothing much.
Yeah. No.
Okay.
Send our bags.
Then please bump. Jamboulette. So we also have another portfolio that is more a random one where we spin the ball and buy a random token. So tell me, Frits, what are we at sort of valuation wise?
Yeah, we added $500. So it's now at 812.
Okay.
So minus 59.25%.
Yeah. So we're down once, quite big. And at some point we said, okay, we're down so much, we need to sort of equate it back again on the portfolio that we have. But we're still down a bit more.
Yeah.
Yeah, it seems as if it's only going down. But that's what we said in the beginning as well, right? Where if we have a bull run, this can have a winner, which goes up a lot. But if we don't have one, it's probably going to go down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To me, most surprising one was beta.
What?
You remember that one?
No.
So we have this alt gem red portfolio, and we have all these risky meme coins and all these random 5 mil tokens, and then we get one on that's listed on Binance. Okay, so you think, hey,
okay, this is it.
we have a not so risky one, right? And this thing gets delisted within like 1 month or something.
Yeah,
It goes down. It got floored too. Yeah, that was, I don't know.
Do you know? Is there a token out of the entire portfolio that you would say, okay, this is one that I would actually hold?
Now,
Or
there's one that didn't make a loss.
okay,
That was the OUS dollar. Was a stable coin with yield.
okay, yeah. Looking back at it, that was the best one. But okay.
So, yeah, is there something you would hold?
Yeah, I'm looking at it. We had tokens like a Trust Wallet or anything like that. Those would have been the decent ones, but all the other ones, they're kind of, shitters.
Yeah.
Spin the ball, Fritz. Let's do it.
Oh, we do on this.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay.
Even if it's to see which token we're gonna get.
So
it's a long one.
Yeah.
Wait, I can't see the number. What's it? 34.
34.
Stellar.
Oh, XLM.
XLM.
OG coin.
OG coin, yeah, it's an old one. Do you know the market cap? What do you think the market cap's gonna be?
Yeah, a few bill, I think.
6.7
Bill.
Yeah. Volume 134 million. The chart?
Yeah, nice pumps.
Yeah.
Big dumps.
Not sure if you can see it on the camera, but okay, Fritz, we're gonna update that. Yeah. Anything else you want to say before we go to our altcoin radar? This is it, right?
Yeah, not too much on this. You?
That's no. So altcoin radar. Usually an episode we talk about 3 different altcoins that we find interesting and sort of share some information. Like we said, this episode is going to be a bit different, where we're going to look back at the altcoins we've been mentioning. So I've got sort of a list here, Fritz.
Yeah.
Some tokens that we talked about that did very well, and I want to know your opinion. We spotted some tokens early.
Yeah.
Out of the entire year, what token do you think did the best? That we mentioned.
To peak or currently holding?
No, to all-time high. So which sort of you could have sold?
Yeah, KTA, I think.
KTA?
Yeah.
So we had 4 things that we did very well.
Yeah.
Okay. We had Oster.
Yeah.
Which we talked about at 0.3.
Yeah, I think we did. I think we bought it at 0.3. I think we talked a bit later in the podcast.
Yeah, but we mentioned that we already sort of bought it, but at 0.3, 0.4-ish.
Yeah.
Which all-time high to 2.4.
Yeah.
So that's 5x-ish.
Yeah.
Which is now at 0.6 or so. So it's still 2x from the beginning.
Yeah.
We had Tibber, which you mentioned earlier this year.
Yeah.
At around 0.06.
Yeah.
Which peaked at 0.45. So that's 8x-ish.
Yeah.
KTA, 0.14 and peaked at 1.7. So that indeed is the biggest one that we mentioned about. And then another one, which I find very interesting. Do you remember Pi Network?
Yeah.
Because they released somewhere early this year. And we were talking about it, and people said, okay, what's going to do? You need to have the app, and you need to sort of, for years, people had to sort of click. We were very bearish on it. We said, this token is going to 0. At that point, it was $1.9, where we said, okay, we need to open a big-ass short. Did you open a short?
No, I didn't in the end.
Same here.
You neither, yeah.
We should have done.
Yeah, we even talked about, hey, let's build a long-term short portfolio, starting with this coin, just shorting it every month.
We should have done it very much.
Would have helped
the entire
portfolio big time, but yeah.
Do you know what it's at right now?
20 something.
0.2.
Yeah.
So it went from 1.9 to 0.2.
Yeah.
Imagine it opening a big ass short, because it was on a lot of exchanges, so you could have done it with size.
Yeah.
Sad times.
Yeah.
Sort of out of all these 4, any opinion on this? Because we traded these, but we didn't really trade them very big or on a very big size. the interesting thing about this is what you said is there have been some opportunities to make money. And even if we get another 2025 in 2026, like you said, it still means there are ways to make money in crypto. But you need to be very narrative driven and very much on the spot.
Yeah.
Yeah. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, it's decent rallies. Like if you look at these,
Yeah.
but for some of in these same risk categories, like if you have one winner, you have 10 going down.
Yeah.
Like Bybit.
Yeah.
So it's not so easy. Yeah, for me, this cycle should have been like, oh, you have a winner, you need to sell quickly.
Yeah.
Instead of, oh, you have a winner, you need to hold it for another year, because it's like when the real rally comes, like the whole floor gets lifted, all these things go much higher. Like 100x last cycle was not something extraordinary.
No.
100x this cycle on a sizable coin didn't happen.
Yeah.
It just didn't happen. Or barely did. So yeah, some nice opportunities, but yeah.
Do you have the feeling we had any tokens where we were right with the token, but the timing was just completely off? Where, like you said, we had the alpha, we had the idea, okay, this token is gonna run, but we just completely missed the timing.
Yeah, I think for personally speaking, I had some pudgies.
Pudgy penguins.
Yeah, sold, but this was earlier, like
2024-ish.
Yeah, and I sold them for some ordinals. And I didn't buy them back, and that was a big miss for me.
You would have also gotten the Pengu airdrop.
Yeah,
the Pudgy penguins.
Would have been quite a massive trade.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, that one was for me. But I think my main miss are KTA.
Okay.
And I think I was too blindsided by, hey, normally I'm earlier, so I'm not gonna buy because I feel late. But we were still super early.
Yeah.
I think what else? Yeah, and I think those. I have sometimes some problems when price already went up a lot. I feel too much risk, but I really had to put into my head, hey, if a coin launches and it gets traction and we are within the first day, we might still be early.
Yeah.
And I did translate that into Aster, like, hey, CC post is maybe already up 2x, but still we are within the first 4 hours, so we are probably still early.
Yeah.
And there it translated correctly.
Yeah.
So for you?
Yeah. One big miss that I had, and we talked about already, was Trump token, where eventually it went to zero, obviously. But the moment it released, it was very obvious that it was going to go high, because, if a president talks about it, the hype was there. Solana had a very big volume. So I remember when someone from the team actually woke up and they didn't buy it either. But at that point, it was like 900 million or 1 billion or something, which went to like 5 billion, 6 billion, 8 billion that day. And you were able to buy it once again with a big size.
Yeah.
So a 900 million token out of a president was an obvious buy signal, especially when all the rappers and all the other ones went live at a 1.5 billion or 2 billion. You knew this was going to go up in the beginning.
Yeah.
So that one the timing was very off, and I should have bought a big size of it.
Yeah.
And then another one, Sui.
Yeah.
I've been a big fan of Sui. We talked about it earlier in the podcast as well. And whenever I do an interview or people ask us at an event or, what token should we be buying, I always said Sui, which was like 0.4 cents.
Yeah.
But I still didn't buy Sui. It was always something where I said, okay, I need to stop buying, but I just didn't want to update the portfolio, which then ran to like $3 or 3.5, which would have been a very big one as well. So those timings were off for me, where I had the idea the token was going to do something, but I just didn't buy him.
Yeah.
Which, once again, looking at it back is easier said than at that point. But yeah. And we see a lot of tokens launching. We've been talking about a lot of tokens. What do you think is the main thing a project needs to do or needs to have to become a success? So the ones that are going to launch in 2026, or you are a project, for example, right now, you're going to launch soon. What would you say? Okay, you need to make sure you've got this in order. Otherwise, it's going to be a failure anyway.
Yeah, so I do feel our market is so much liquidity and still like exposure / hype driven.
Yeah.
So for us, for this market to be successful, you just need green candles.
Yeah.
people buying again. Like like if the underneath structure changes to like a lot of cheap capital available, then our alts will do well.
Yeah.
But if you have more like bear market type of things, I think it's either for a project for as an investor to have like a shot at a good opportunity, you want probably low valuation at launch. And already quite a bit of adoption.
Yeah.
So people really using it.
I think that's the big thing.
Yeah, like which will be seldom to find, but they are going to be there.
I think the big thing is, and we've seen it in 2025, a lot of tokens have launched on Binance with a massively high fully diluted. So many tokens were laying around where they all launched at $5, for example, and then within a week they were at $1. I think that's a big thing for projects right now, where you need to make sure you have your supply in control. And you're not launching at a massive valuation, because if you're down 80%, who's going to buy the token? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I said, market needs to run, and we need to have some liquidity.
Yeah. That's it. That's all we need.
All you need, and then you're done. Okay, Fitz. Community questions.
Yeah.
Even though it's the last episode of the year, I want to do some community questions as well.
Yeah.
Quick reminder, if you're still listening to us, don't forget to subscribe or follow wherever you're listening on Spotify or YouTube. If you have any questions, you can always leave them in the comments. And like I said, we're going to give away a bottle. So be sure to leave a comment if you want to win the bottle of champagne, the AltCryptoCast champagne. So, Fitz, 2 big questions.
Yeah.
One by the user called R. Koopmans 5620. Selling the low price, why now? Why not months earlier? Buying gold on all-time high sounds not the best plan. So this is actually a comment on our Touching Grass video. So for the ones who know, we do our podcast episode every 2 weeks. And then the other week, we do our Touching Grass episode, where it's a bit more relaxed and we walk in the forest or sit in the forest, where we talk a bit more about our, emotional and the feelings, how we're thinking and about the markets. Where in that part I said I've sold quite a bit of crypto and thinking about buying some gold or stocks or whatever. So this user said, okay, why would you sell right now? Why not months earlier? If I were to ask you this question, what would you say? Would you agree with the guy? Would you say, what's your thought?
So yeah, but I guess this came from you saying, hey, I sold a part of my crypto holdings, right? So yeah, if someone would, I think he's like right on the movement. I think this is, if you look at markets, this is probably the wrong movement. You want to do the opposite, right?
I agree.
Right now you want to sell your gold, buy some crypto, but you came from a different place where like, hey, I reconsider my, let's say, my exposure with my business, with my cryptos, and I just don't want to take the exposure anymore. So it comes from a different place, and then it's like risk management, and then it's fine. Then it's like, do it, right? If that makes you act better or perform better. So yeah,
I agree. To respond to R. Koopmans, I think maybe Rick Koopmans probably, but let's say R. Koopmans. Timing wise, obviously I agree with him. And like you said, usually it's better to then sell, for example, gold at an all-time high and invest more into crypto as it's been going down quite a bit. But for me, I was just thinking on the entire investment portfolio, where at some point I thought, okay, and obviously my situation is a bit different than people that just have a regular portfolio, but I'm in crypto already with all the companies, so I'm very much allocated into crypto. And that's what we talked about here in the office as well, where I thought, okay, crypto can either go up and we make a lot more money with the investment portfolio and company-wise, or it can go down and the company is starting to earn less, as well as me losing a lot of money, even more money, personal investment-wise. So at some point, I also got to make sure I have a lot of sort of gunpowder and money laying around to have everything sort of running. At that point, I said, okay, why not sell the entire crypto bag and have a sort of safe spot where everything can just keep on going and I got enough gunpowder to do things, instead of saying, okay, we run another risk that might go down. So that's a bit on why we made the decision. Doesn't mean I won't be buying crypto. Let's say we do get a proper month or 2 months or 3 months of a rally. The company makes more money. I will probably invest it back into crypto. But yeah, that's a bit of the reasoning behind it.
Yeah.
Right? Then another, this isn't a question, Fritz, but this is a comment that I wanted to share with you. But a user called Mohammed Hassan Hatami.
Okay.
He said, Also with the touching grass, respect for admitting overexposure to crypto. Most people lie about this. And I just wanted to mention it briefly and to say a big thanks to the guy, and also what we talked about earlier this episode, where people are seeing that we are not lying about this, where we said, okay, we're maybe overexposed. So it's good to see that people are actually noticing it and are talking about it as well. So I'm very happy with how that's sort of being received.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Any comments? Yeah.
Um,
Happy with that.
yeah.
Because at some point it's also risky, right? We talk about crypto very honestly and we are transparent about it. Probably it's easier to sit here with Rolexes and Lamborghinis and whatever. Probably sells a bit more. But yeah.
Yeah, true. It's not the real side of the equation. Yeah. But also, yeah. So yeah, I feel that part.
Yeah.
But I also feel the part, hey, this should not happen to us at this stage when like conviction took over.
Yeah. We got blindsided.
Yeah, we too much conviction, which is, I don't know, that still doesn't sit really well with me.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll take. I really need to act differently now on. Then and then I think this is fine because then we can get this knowledge from ours to the. But yeah, that's a big point. I guess this might be my main point for 2026.
Yeah, to sort of give that a spot and then to
and ingrain it deeply into how to manage how we manage our crypto and those things. Yeah.
Okay, then we're almost at the end of it, Frits. We have another topic, forward-looking and polymarket, obviously.
Yeah, nice.
So this is a big one. We are at the end of the year. Later tonight, hopefully, we'll be too drunk to, because of all the champagne we've been drinking.
Yeah.
So 2026, forward-looking, what do you expect?
Yeah, do we get a bull market, yes or no?
Do we get a run, yes or no?
Are we going to get our alt rally? Whew.
Yeah. You say it, Fitz. I want a yes and I don't want a no.
Oh, you want a yes or a no? Yeah, it's never like that.
Okay, I want a yes, a no, or one sentence after it. You can...
yes.
Okay. Explanation?
The yes side is, there's still much room for the liquidity cycle to evolve. When that happens, there might be a scenario where there's a lot of cheap capital and the economy is better. People have more money and they start investing in altcoins again.
Okay.
That's one scenario. The no scenario is just we are way more at the tail of the overall cycle with all the assets going up and inflation stays high, so the liquidity cycle kind of caps already.
Okay, and those are the scenarios.
Yeah, and everything in between.
Okay,
right?
if you have to, let's say this is a poly market bet.
Yeah.
What odds would be the one? What odds would be the other one, you think? So scenario one where we have, yes, we get a rally. 50%, 40%, 60%, 80?
I couldn't even place like with any...
What are your thoughts? What are your feelings?
Feeling wise, ooh.
Is it 50-50?
So this is the thing, right? There's some data points I'm like, this doesn't make sense.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Like this fucking cycle doesn't make sense to me, okay? It doesn't make sense to me that we kind of go all, but we don't get any euphoria. It doesn't make sense to me that all the other markets get euphoria, but not our alts in crypto. This is something I just can't wrap my head around. Okay. I don't understand why. So from that part, I'm like, no, we might get our blow off top on all the markets, which is happening for silver, gold, stocks, but might still happen for crypto too. So that's one part of it. But then also, let's be real, it can also be very different that we are already kind of at a place that things go downside a bit more, inflation-wise, more pressure from the central banks to not cut more. We still have Trump in office, which is a big Trump card. So I don't know, there's a lot of uncertainty with wars, like things going on. So that part, I'm like, ooh, might turn different.
Let me ask the question differently.
Yeah.
Bitcoin price before the end of the year, or sort of
next year? Yeah, higher.
Higher?
Yeah.
Okay.
What do you think?
I think higher during the year. but then lower.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
So we get a little of a bounce and then we come down.
Yeah.
Yeah, it might be.
I think
big scenario, but
we might possibly have the run for crypto next year. But after that, we go down.
Oh, yeah.
And then a couple of years later, back up again.
Okay.
That's my thought.
So, but do we make a new high then on Bitcoin or?
I'm not too sure.
Yeah.
I don't think we might make a new high.
Okay.
But I do see it going back up towards 100K-ish plus.
Yeah.
100, 110. This just a feeling. Don't get me wrong. I mean, I have no idea, no clue at all, but that's just what I'm thinking.
Okay.
So another one. First to 5K, gold or Ethereum? 5K gold obviously is for an ounce, but
I think ETH.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You think gold has had the run and it's now that time to cool off?
No, it can still go higher. I don't know. It seems like a local top, but I don't know. It's not so easy to get gold to 5K. That's quite a distance still.
Yeah, but look
at this pace. Yeah. True.
At this pace, we're there next week.
Yeah. True.
Okay.
Yeah. What do you think?
I think ETH as well.
Okay.
I agree.
Yeah, we're still crypto bulls. It seems.
Yeah, exactly. Will MicroStrategy announce bankruptcy before 2027? No? That's a very...
No.
Okay.
Not gonna
Why?
happen. Yeah, so they have I don't know, last time we checked 8% debt. Or I don't know, something like that. I don't know, then Bitcoin needs to go to like fucking...
Yeah, 50K or 40K or...
No, way less, 15.
Oh, I thought it was...
No, way less. So unless they get hacked and their Bitcoins get stolen.
Yeah.
Or Bitcoin price goes absolutely through the bottom.
Yeah.
Which I only see if we have like a big global recession.
Yeah.
I don't think they...
Yeah, I agree with you.
What do you think?
Yeah, I agree. I don't think they will go bankrupt. No.
Yeah.
Stable coins DPEG before 2027.
No. Yeah, stablecoins, USDT, USDC.
Yeah, exactly. It depends on what, maybe the lower ones, but the big ones, USDT, USDC, these type of tokens.
No.
I agree.
Needs
something
small
crazy needs
event.
to happen. Like you said, maybe a global recession, or let's say if MicroStrategy all of a sudden sort of flips over and is done, it's a very big black swan for crypto.
Yeah.
Maybe if some of these things happen, then it might happen. But if we're not getting one of these black swan events, then probably not.
Yeah. If you bet on this, how would you do it?
Alt-wise, you mean?
Yeah, how to? This is yeah. I was thinking. So I don't even know if this is if you want. Do you remember the Luna DPEG?
Yeah.
So one of the things, like in hindsight, you think, okay, what could I have done when the DPEGs, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you could have borrowed the token and sold it.
Or shorted, shorted Luna.
Yeah, but are you going to borrow USDT for 5% per year? To short it for DPEG?
To short it, yeah.
No, I would never. No.
Okay, and then last question. How many YouTube subscribers will AltCryptoCast hit before 2027? And right now we're at 3.1. So how many subscribers will we have on YouTube? This is...
I hope we double.
Yeah, at least.
For you?
At least. We have to double at least.
That would be cool.
Yeah. So now at 3.1, so double would be 6. I hope we're at 7.5 plus. 7.5K plus. Usually, I mean, it's with the same with money. The first $100 is just as hard as the first 1,000. So the first 1,000 is then just as hard as going towards 10K. It goes a bit exponentially. I think marketing-wise with the podcast, we haven't done anything that crazy yet. We only, we create our episode, we post shorts that we share on all the channels. But we can do things like the portfolio, mention those on Twitter where we say, okay, this is the portfolio we're having right now. This is the percentage we got up. Or if we talk about a token that does very well, we don't really share it. We don't really shill or sell it where we say, okay, look at us guys. This is what we've been talking about. It's now up 10x. I think once you start doing those things, it grows a bit more. I'm not saying we need to do that fully and completely, but I do think we need to do a bit more than what we've been doing for the past year, which will help with the growth, I feel. So yeah, will be fun to have a look at it.
Yeah, it's going to be exciting. Also, may I have a question for listeners? Like, I think it's good. Like we focus so much on altcoins, try to provide value there. Like, what are things like listeners would appreciate we talk about or we do, and can be like one idea we had is, let's build a normal portfolio and manage that as well and build that from scratch. And we could maybe even do it like fully transparent, right? Like how do you build from scratch and get a big portfolio? So I guess those are questions like where's the real value for listeners for us to add so they can act on it.
Yeah, so what you're saying is, let's say you're a listener and you feel like, okay, I really want to know this or that or whatever, which hasn't really been talked about. Let us know in the comments and we'll see if we can add it in the 2026 list.
Yeah.
That's pretty much the question, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Final question then, Fritz. And then we're going to wrap it up.
Yeah.
What are you looking forward to the most in 2026?
I'm actually excited for some new, always new things, but so I'm excited for new opportunities to arrive.
Yeah, I agree.
And they always do. This sometimes I'm always surprised. Doesn't matter. There's always next opportunity going on. So I'm very excited for those. I'm very excited to also get my work-life balance a bit more in order.
Yeah.
I feel like the last year was very hectic. A lot of things continuously happening.
Yeah.
Like even Trump, I guess, it was at 3 p.m. After that, I was like, I need to stay up longer so I can catch these opportunities.
Yeah.
It's kind of wild because you just...
Yeah, it messes you up.
Yeah, so I'm very excited to spend more time with friends, family, a bit more I'm excited to bring more stability into the systems, into the overall portfolios.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I hope we get a lot of cool events or things we go to. Just things happening again. Yeah. For you?
I'm looking forward to, like you said, the finding new things to do or new opportunities. Where in the markets that we're in, there's always new ways to make money, and then all of a sudden you feel like, okay, if we do this, then and we go into it, this might actually make us some money. Be it trading wise, be it content wise, be it whatever sort of things are happening in the markets. Poly market, I feel like is going to be very big. So even, the things there where we're going to create quite a bit of content around it, but maybe even some new opportunities there that are happening, which I'm very much looking forward to. Like I said, the events, so all the content pieces that we're going to go to events and we're going to go to things to do. The company, I'm very excited to see what the company is going to do next year again. Podcast, how these things are growing, to see where we're going to be at the end of 2026. Family-wise, also to see, like I said, if I can balance it a bit more and be a bit more stable with that. And I just hope we get some sort of run in crypto, because that makes life a lot easier and a lot more. It's just a lot more fun whenever markets are green. I remember with Sven, one of the team members here, where we said, okay, it's a lot more fun to be able to come in the office in the morning, see something green, when we do a high five and we say, oh yes, markets are green again. You're way more motivated than every time coming in, we're down another 5%, down another 5%. It's just a lot more fun as well. Not the money part of it, but also mentally of it.
Energy-wise, yeah.
Yeah, energy-wise. So I hope that 2026 is going to bring us a bit of relief on that aspect. And then so many things are happening in a year that you can't really think of it beforehand. A lot of parties, spending time with friends and family, some more champagne.
Yeah.
And then 2025 is an end after today.
Yeah, crazy whole year already.
Yeah.
Passed again, yeah.
It's gone by so fast.
Yeah.
It's when my parents used to say this, I always thought, okay, they're becoming old. And they say, okay, the older you get, the faster it goes. But it feels as if we were just starting 2025 and now we're done with 2025 already.
Yeah.
It's crazy how fast it goes.
Yeah. Goes in the blip.
Then, the glass are empty, Fritz. But it's cheers to 2025 cheers. And then to another proper 2026.
Yeah.
A lot more content, a lot more things to do. Hopefully a green market. And then obviously a big thanks to all the listeners that we've been having for the past year and that are with us. We appreciate it very much. Thanks for being a part of all the things we've been doing, and hopefully see you at 2026. So much more to come. And then now it's time for champagne and some oliebollen.
Some partying.
Some
yes.
partying.
Nice.
All right, guys. Thanks for watching, and have a very good New Year's Eve. And hope to see you guys in the beginning of next year, 2026. Thanks for watching.